Ni hao. I am glad that you clicked on this video, in which we will talk about why you should start learning Chinese. Research shows that foreign language learning correlates with reading ability, scientific hypothesizing skills, cognitive ability, and collegiate level academic performance. Language skills you build in learning on foreign language are also transferable to other languages. You may already know this. Chinese is spoken by 20% of the world's population. It is the most widely spoken first language in the world. Mandarin speakers can be found in mainland China, Taiwan, and diasporic Chinese communities throughout Southeast Asia, North and South America, and Europe. Because China is one of the 5 permanent members of the United Nations Security Council, Chinese is also an official UN language, along with Arabic, English, French, Russian, and Spanish. Learning Chinese opens up a unique window into one of the world's most rich and ancient civilizations. As you begin studying Chinese, you also begin learning about Chinese history, cultural values, philosophical and religious beliefs, and aesthetic traditions. China has become the second largest economy in the world and a major geopolitical player on the world stage. The more proficient you become, the more you will be able to understand China's past and present. Between 2010 and 2015, the number of jobs requiring Chinese language skills increased 230%. Graduates with proficiency in Mandarin are well positioned for jobs in business, diplomacy, engineering, law, political science, technology, finance, tourism, translation, teaching, and more. In addition to working internationally, people who speak Chinese can support companies, nonprofits, and government agencies that market to and serve over 3 million US residents whose first language is Chinese. In 1958, the National Security Education Program designated Chinese as a critical language for the purpose of enhancing global stability. In 2015, President Barack Obama announced the launch of 1 Million Strong, an initiative that aims to bring the total number of statewide learners of Mandarin Chinese to 1 million by the year 2020. Chinese, for all its growing importance, still remains a rare language skill among Americans. In 2013, just over 60,000 American college students enrolled in a Chinese language program. By 2017, there were 225,189 students learning Chinese in K-12 schools. In Iowa, there were only 568 K-12 students enrolled in Mandarin Chinese classes in 2017. Only 2.5% of high schools in the state of Iowa offer Chinese courses. By committing to study Chinese, you join them in equipping yourself with an uncommon but highly valued second language skill.
Hi, I'm Caroline Moscardo, and I'm a student at West High School in Iowa City. I'm taking Chinese in high school because I've always found language learning to be super interesting. I think that Chinese is really interesting in that there's so much to learn about when it comes to Chinese culture, writing the various characters, and seeing how Chinese grammar patterns differ from English ones. Eventually, I hope to become proficient enough in Chinese so that I can use it in a professional work setting, and if I ever visit China, it might come in useful. To any high school students out there that are thinking about taking Chinese, I strongly encourage you to take the course. It is super duper interesting, and you are going to learn so much from it. Also, you meet so many new people, and it's just really great to learn how to interact with others in another language. It is difficult, but totally worth it.
Hi, my name is Liam Hagan. I'm a fourth year student at the University of Iowa, and I'm majoring in Chinese and computer science and engineering. So I started studying Chinese 4 years ago under the 2016 Summer Star Talk program, which was something you could apply for a scholarship when you were in high school to spend a month at the University of Iowa studying Chinese. It's something I signed up for almost just randomly. Like I don't even know why I did it, but it kind of put me on a path to where I am today, and I can't be happier that it happened. So after that program, which was a 1 month intensive Chinese program, over the summer, I started studying first year Chinese at the University of Iowa. And So at first, when I started studying Chinese, I thought that it was going to be impossible. I mean, anybody looks at the characters if you're not familiar with them, and it looks like nonsense, right? You're like, how on earth could I ever learn how to write those and read them and speak Chinese and use tones and all that stuff? But the program here was is pretty good. You know, they really they held my hand through those starting difficult times, and I actually, you know, me along with everyone else that was studying Chinese progressed at a pretty rapid rate actually. So rapid that after the first year, when I applied to, or I signed up for the study abroad experience in Tianjin, which was this 2-month program at the Tianjin University of Technology, I was already able to have basic conversation with Chinese people and my professors. We go to class and they wouldn't use English at all. I still don't even know if some of them knew English because they just never spoke it to us. So it was a really immersive experience and something that after 1 year, I and the other students were already prepared to do that. So that was pretty incredible. Then coming back from that, I was in second year Chinese at the University of Iowa. This is my sophomore year. And midway through that year, I was approached by the Chinese faculty to apply for the Chinese government scholarship. If you received the scholarship, you were able to direct enroll in a Chinese university. So with the support of the Chinese program here, I got it, which was like the best thing that's ever happened to me because I was able to go to Shandong province in Jinan at Shandong University to study for an entire year. So when I was there, I mean, if I thought that Tianjin was immersive, Shandong was a million times more so because I was really on my own, right? I wasn't there with University of Iowa faculty. I went there knowing nobody and just got to make all these international friends and Chinese friends and study Chinese for 4 hours every day for like 10 months. And that might sound kind of intense, but it was without a doubt the best 10 or 11 months of my life. I got to do so much traveling on my free time, and man, they have a lot of free time. I mean, my winter break was like 2.5 months. It was crazy. And so I got to really just have the most fun year of my life while also getting better at Chinese than I ever had, at a quicker rate than I ever had. And so this year, I'm just coming back from that, actually. I'm a fourth year student right now, so that was my junior year. And I'm quite proficient at Chinese, especially with the help of those 2 study abroad experiences. But even without that, the other students in my class that haven't had those experiences are also still quite good. So I was really surprised just at how that it's actually possible to to approach fluency in a language in 4 years. After my high school experience, I had no such expectations because 4 years of Spanish took me basically nowhere. If I go to Mexico, I can't interact with anybody. But I can now I could live in China if I wanted to, and so yeah, it's just been really incredible. And I also want to talk about just career prospects afterwards too. I mean, I go to a career fair, and one of the most important things on my resume is that I have a high level proficiency with Mandarin. Any employer that sees that, like, I immediately stand out from the rest of the crowd and have been offered positions on the spot and stuff like that. And I really think that really anybody that has the skill of being able to speak Mandarin would also see themselves in a similar position. So it's changed my life, not just in the terms of the adventures that I've already had, getting to go to China twice, but then also permanently altered the course of my life where I think I'm a much more hireable person after all this. And yeah, I just can't wait to see where it takes me. And I can't stress enough how good of a choice it would be for anybody coming to the University of Iowa. If you're thinking about studying Chinese, we really do have an excellent Chinese program here. You will be very good at Chinese by the end of the 4 years of doing it. Or even if you only get the minor, and no matter how long you spend studying Chinese here, you're going to get good, and you're going to get good quick. And there's going to be programs for you, if you want to go to China, if you really want to immerse yourself, they have them here at the University of Iowa. So I just can't recommend it enough, and anybody that's thinking about it should do it. Give it a try.
Hi, my name is Michaela, and I am a University of Iowa Chinese program student. This is my third language that I am studying, but it is the first that I consider myself to be somewhat fluent in. I am the first in my family to take Chinese or even a language as a degree. Chinese has become so important to me, and by that I mean it's become a second part of me. Chinese is an entire people's culture and history put into a language. Even the words and characters are painted from history. Everything about the language is so carefully crafted, and it takes a long time to be able to immerse yourself fully into the language because you're immersing yourself into someone else's culture and history. But once you finally get there, you never stop learning, and it's amazing. I have learned so much from studying Chinese. I've become a better speaker, listener, writer. I've even become a better friend because I've been able to open myself up to new possibilities and experiences. Something that has been really special for me is being able to make friends with somebody from a country over 1,000 miles away, and they don't even speak English, but we are both able to speak because we have Chinese as our common language. And I really hope that someday everyone would be able to experience and learn the things that I have. I got to experience going overseas for studying, and I got to experience China in its entirety. I ended up not going once or even twice. I went probably about 7 or 8 times now. I've been able to experience everything from big cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Tianjin, um, to little villages down south and a little to the west. There's definitely more parts that I want to explore, but there's so much of China to see, and I really can't wait to go back.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope it helps you understand the significance of studying Chinese. We welcome you to join us at the Chinese program at the University of Iowa. 谢谢，再见。